Hi there, Joseph Kern here, instructional designer at Emporia State University. Today I'm going to talk about Socrative, which I always want to mispronounce. On their website, there's a little video you can watch. I'm going to walk you through the hands-on demo, but basically this is a program. If you want to have like feedback from students in class, like the clicker system, but you don't have a clicker system or you don't want to wrangle with it, this is a good, simple way that any student device can get onto it. So if there's not an app for it, so you don't have to worry about iPads or phones or whatever, any device that gets on the internet can get to it. So that includes things like a Nook, I think, if they can get on the internet. But again, student laptops, whatever kind of smartphone they have will work. And so you, as an instructor, will probably use the computer that's set up in the room with a projector, but you could also use your iPad and control things from there. It's 100% free for you and the students, which is really good. So looking at the hands-on demo, when you first open it, it has some instructions which you should go ahead and read through. I'm just going to click through them quickly. But it just kind of gives the overall overview of it. And with this, you have the lecturer device on the left, so this is what it looks like for you on your computer or whatever device, and the student. So when you open it up, every class session, it'll give you a room number, which all the students do is type that room number into their device and they're able to get on there. Once they're in the room, all they do is just wait for you to put something up there for them. I guess with this you can see it says 50 users per activity, so that's one drawback. If you have clickers, you probably have enough clickers for your large lecture. But if you have more than 50 students, there are a couple ways to get around this. Number one is you can run an activity twice. So you run it once, you get feedback from students, then you have them hand their device to their neighbor and they can run it again. So that's not going to work for something where you want a grade assigned to it, but at least the idea is it's quick, simple feedback in an easy manner. It has them use their cell phones for something other than distractions during class. Now the other way around this is because you can do it on multiple devices, maybe the computer hooked up to the projector for the room is running one room for students to go to, and you have another room open on your iPad, so students can go to whichever room is open, and so then you can accommodate 100 students that way. So one thing you can do is a multiple choice. Now these aren't made to type out a multiple choice question into this. This is really almost more of a spur of the moment thing, where you just want quick feedback. It's not going to give you like a written out report or anything. We'll see that later, but just a real quick feedback from students. You can see how many people are logged in and then how many votes you've received, and so there's a little bit of a lag while these talk to the internet, but then you're able to see the overall class response. So if you didn't see, I'm doing this on my phone and the student device on here at the same time. So you can do this with your iPad too when you're playing with the demo. You can have a true-false question, which is just like the multiple choice. It just shows those answers. You can have a short answer. But the cool thing is, once you get this feedback from students, now you're not able to pre-approve it, where if somebody puts something obnoxious on here, it posts up automatically on that live feed. But you can always delete it from there quickly if they're being obnoxious. But the cool thing is, once you have these ideas out there, now let's engage with the ideas that the students just gave. And so you can vote on responses. So you put those back to students, right now, which of these is a better idea? And then they can vote. And next up we can look at a quiz. And so these will be pre-made that you're going to load. So we're going to load this one that's saved. And you can either paste it yourself or have students go through it on their own. Now with the lack of identity on these, if you're doing something like a quiz, you can have the first question be, what's your name? And so now you know who is giving the feedback, from your students. Now you can have the option when you make the quiz of telling them the correct answer or just having them go through the quiz. It's just whatever you want to end up doing with your class. Are you going to discuss these questions when you're done? You can have questions be randomized in order, so you don't have to worry so much about one neighbor and another neighbor talking about what the answers are as they go through them together. But because this is something that could easily be done by, you know, one student, and then he takes another student's phone and answers it. I wouldn't do this for like a big grade because it would be too easy to cheat. Although there were plenty of paper quizzes I took in college that would have been just as easy because people just sit together and they hand over their papers when they're done. But if you're worried about that, don't make it for a big grade. Use this as a form of informal assessment. You can see live results as this happens. If students are concerned about seeing their names up here, you could have a system where you have an ID number for students that they use instead of their actual names, so they could all see how the class did on this, and then you can also grade their papers later. When we end this activity, we can, if you're using Edmodo, which would be a whole different video, they can send it to Edmodo, they can email you a report, or you can download a report as an Excel file. So with that Excel report, you're able to see the name, you can see what questions were incorrect in red, what questions were correct in green. They got one answer correct out of those. Overall, that's a 33%. It did not grade the short answer. You're just able to see what they put, and so you can grade those later. And again, it's not made for making a wonderful, spectacular quiz that you can just put right. I would use it more as an informal assessment and maybe a little bit of grade on this, but not enough that's going to make it worth it for students to cheat. You have an exit ticket, which is basically like a quiz. It's just geared toward what did we talk about today, what's the best thing you learned. There's a multiple choice question of like how comfortable are you with the content that we covered today. So like, yes, I understood it, and like, no, not really. There's the space race, which is a quiz. You select one of your quizzes, and students are assigned to teams, and they can pick their teams, and each one gets a color and a rocket, and whoever gets, I think, the most correct answers first moves the rocket to the end first, and that's who wins. And so if you want a motivator like that, it could be a good, fun tension breaker maybe for the room if you're covering some pretty intense stuff. And then I wouldn't do this on my phone probably just because of having to type stuff, but you can make your quizzes here. You can import a quiz, which you could have made in Excel, or there are shared quizzes on the Socrative site. So other people have made them and posted them. You can use those. If you don't like those, you can, under Manage, you can edit one of the quizzes. So import it, edit it, fix the things you don't like, delete things, take care of reports, do all the managing here. It's really pretty simple. The best thing, I think, is the idea that it's not an app. It's not something like really proprietary. You can get on very easily in like 30 seconds and you're good to go. So check out the site, check out the demo. While you're doing this, get your own device out, log in as a student and play along with it and just see what you can do with it. So give it a try. If you have questions, email me, jkern@emporia.edu. And until next time, have a good time engaging students using any device.